guys, Nadia here, and as you guys know, I am a freshman at the University of Michigan, and this Friday marked my first month at the University of Michigan, and I'm just going to make a video to talk about my college experience so far because I just feel like, as you guys saw from my orientation video, I just want to help people that are either planning on coming to the University of Michigan or who are interested or who are just planning on going to any college and are interested in what someone's first month or college experience is like as it happens. So that's the point of these videos. I haven't had time to make videos the past few weeks because, as you guys know, moving to college, it's kind of a big change from your previous, like moving from home, getting used to a new city, and trying to form a routine. So now I think I'm going to get into a schedule where I can manage my time so I can make videos for you guys. So for this video I'm talking about my first month and just a general overview, but if there's any specific questions that you guys have, comment below, and if I will respond to all, and if I get enough questions I'll make a follow-up video to this talking about just addressing your specific questions, because so much has happened in this month that it's going to be hard to narrow it down, and I don't want to make a super long video. Okay, so first month of college. So I did this program at the University of Michigan. They have that, and I'm sure other colleges have a similar program, but it's called Move-In Makers, and basically what you do is you move in 2 days earlier before everyone else, and you set up, and it's really nice because it's not as hectic, and then 2 days later when everyone else comes, you help them move in. And so that if you have the opportunity to do a program like that, or if you're going to the University of Michigan, I highly recommend that you do that program. You do help other people move in. You'll be able to meet the people that you're living with in your dorm, so it's just a nice way to get to know people before, because you might be the first face that someone sees when they come into your university, so it's just nice to, just another way to meet new people, which is always good in college, especially if you don't know that many people that are in your college. It's just a great way to make new friends right off the bat. There's this thing called Welcome Week that everyone I'm sure has heard of. There are events off the grid if you want to go to them, but if you want to go to the events thrown by the university, at the University of Michigan there's this thing called the Escapade and Afterglow, and it's on the first Friday of the week, and I went to those, and at the Escapade they basically have raffles, fun games, free food, can't go wrong. At Artsapade I passed by that, they had like crafts and I heard it was a good time, but then later on in the evening they have this thing called Afterglow at the Diag, and the Diag is sort of like the center of Central Campus, and basically they had music, they had airbrush tattoos, Build-A-Bear, and they also had a bunch of acts from different clubs perform and sort of give an idea of what like their club was about, if they were a performance club. And there was a lot of music, and it was just really fun, and everyone was just having a good time. Classes, I guess that's an important thing too, because you know you go to college to learn. So when you choose your classes, like I mentioned in orientation, or in my orientation video, or I think I did, try to schedule your classes so that you have a 3-day weekend. That's what I did. And I use my 3-day weekend to, like Monday through Thursday I have classes, but then Friday I like to try to get ahead for the following week. That way I can enjoy my actual weekend. But the first week of classes, you just literally go over the syllabi for each of your classes. Some classes even let you go early because it's not like you actually learn anything the first week except for what your class that you're taking is going to entail. So the first week's really low stress, and there's still a bunch of events to get to know people that week, so it's just a nice week. It's not that bad. But then the second week it does start to pick up a little bit. Something I noticed with college that's a big difference from high school is in high school I feel like you got a lot of busy work, worksheets, things that you knew you wouldn't be beneficial for you in the long run. But in college they have a lot of readings, so it's not so much like homework due the next day, it's just readings that you have to keep up with and make sure you time manage to get those things done. For example, I have 4 classes. I'm taking a biochemistry class, a nursing class, Intro to Arab American Studies, and then a sociology first year seminar. Those are my 4 classes, and for my Intro to Arab American Studies and my sociology seminar alone, I have 3 30-page articles on average per class twice a week. So yes, maybe I can share some awkward moments I had. If you guys have seen my first video, you guys know that my whole life goal is to like step out of my comfort zone and like learn to not be awkward. But I feel like I've succeeded for the most part in college, but there have definitely been some moments. For example, for the first week of college, I had that moment where I'm walking in the dining hall and I turn around because as I'm maneuvering through the dining hall, sometimes you have to turn, and I turned and I knocked over someone's lemonade and it made a loud clatter and people looked, and I was mortified. And this was during the early days of the beginning of the month, when I still wore my freshman lanyard that, you know, is the sign that you're a freshman, I guess. And it was just the most freshman moment ever, and I was mortified, and it happened. I awkwardly laughed and I did the whole like, you know, like freak out moment, but I recovered and I made it through, and it's okay. A cool experience that happened at the University of Michigan, they do a lot of blood drives, and so on 9/11 they had a blood drive at the Union. And for those of you who do not know, that is right across the street from the University of Michigan Museum of Art. And I was with a friend and we walked past and we saw, oh, blood drive. And so I was like, hey, do you want to donate some blood? And my friend was like, sure. So literally 30 minutes later, I was lying on a bed with a needle on my arm, donating blood and saving 3 lives. So there's a lot of opportunities for spontaneous things like that. They're just like a fun thing to do. And I mean, I enjoy giving blood. At my college, they have this thing called Festival, and that is where a bunch of clubs from the university come onto the Diag or some central place. If you don't go to the University of Michigan, I'm sure it's someplace towards the center of the campus. And basically the clubs are just recruiting people to join. It's just really cool because it's overwhelming because you're surrounded by so many and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to join all of these, but then there's also ones that you're looking for and you can't find them because there's like hundreds of clubs. But the good thing with that though is if you just sign up for as many as you can eventually weed out the ones you actually want to go to and the ones that you don't want to go to. So if your school has something like that, or if you're going to the University of Michigan, highly recommend you attend Festival because it's just a great way to get informed about the clubs that you can attend or you can be a part of. Food at the University of Michigan is actually really good. South Quad was just renovated this year, and South Quad's the closest dining hall to my dorm, and so all the dining halls that I've been to are pretty decent, but I like South Quad the best because it has a lot of variety. And the thing I've noticed from personally is that my hummus intake has increased a lot because the dining hall, all of the dining halls at the University of Michigan have hummus. And I don't know, I've always loved hummus, but just it being there ready to go all the time, it's just a nice thing to have, and so I just have hummus with a lot of my meals. And you know, if that's something that you like, you're gonna be in hummus heaven. So as far as gyms go, I've been to 2. I've been to the IM building, the Intramural Sports building, and the CCRB, and the gyms are really nice. Also a lot of classes that you can go to. In the first 2 weeks, I believe it was the first 2 weeks, they offered free classes, so if you are interested in attending some of their classes, you can get like a feel for it. And I got this program thing called You Move Fit Pass, and basically for $100 a semester you can attend any class from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. each day at any of the gym buildings. And it's basically as if the class isn't filled up, because there are actually people who pay to attend each class. If the classes aren't filled up, you can just join and right in. And so that's nice because sometimes, you know, you get tired of continuously doing the elliptical or the arc trainer continuously. So it's nice to like change it up a little bit with maybe a Zumba class or some fancy yoga classes, because there's about like 3,000 different types of yoga that are offered at the University of Michigan. So there's just a bunch of opportunities to like keep it up a variety. So there's that. I guess I'll talk about some of the pros and cons that I figured out while being at the University of Michigan for a month and about college in general. The pros, you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are chasing their dreams, so it's really cool to be part of like an ambitious student body that's really like just chasing, like you just know as you're walking to class in the early morning hours or in the middle of the day when you're tired, you just know that you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are all striving for something. And so it's just cool to be part of an environment where it's like, yeah, we can succeed, let's like chase our dreams, woo, you know, let's do stuff. So that's really cool. Also, because the student body at the University of Michigan is huge, and at most colleges the student bodies are huge, there's a lot of opportunities for you to try new things and for you to get involved in things that you've always wanted to try, maybe like hobbies or anything that you basically want to do, or at college you can. And if you worry about people like judging you, you're one of like a certain number of thousand of people, so no one, you know, you want to say that people care, but like at the same time people don't care. Like it just, everyone does their own thing, so it's a really nice to be part of an environment like that. So that's just really nice. Some cons, because there are so many people on campus, it's sometimes hard to get alone time. If you're someone who has a single in your dorm, or a single for a dorm, you probably won't feel this as much, but if you're you're surrounded by people all the time, and every time you go to eat, you're in a loud dining hall. Every time you go to class, you're surrounded by like a large number of people. And if you're an introvert like me who needs time to recharge, you might have to like find some quiet places that you can effectively get alone time. Make sure you get your personal space so that you don't feel like smothered or as if you can never recharge. So some places that I can recommend that I found personally for myself is that a lot of dorm buildings have this place called the community center, which are pretty quiet places. So if you want like a calm, quiet place to recharge, I'd recommend going to your community center in your dorm building. If you are someone who, there's the law library at the University of Michigan where it's really, really quiet in there. So if you want to study somewhere quiet, you can do that. Or you can even, I'm sure there's some tree that people don't stand by that you can get alone time somewhere. So, and those trees do exist. So another con, this is something that I feel like a lot of people experience when they go to college when they're adjusting, where you feel like lonely because you're surrounded, maybe you might be going to a college where you don't know anyone there, or you know a couple people but you never really talked that much in high school, so you just feel it's easy to start feeling alone because you're one of a huge group of people. So the best advice I can give to that is to make a smaller community within the large community of college. So join clubs that you're interested in. You'll find people that are interested in the same things as you. Talk to the people in your dorm hallway. You'll be surprised, like one of the people that I've become really close to, her name is Liz, shout out to Liz. We met randomly, just her door was open and on her laptop was a One Direction song, like she was playing a One Direction song, and I just stopped and I was like, oh, cool song choice. And then we just started talking and it like instantly we became really good friends. And my roommate and I got really lucky, my roommate and I get along really well, and so from there we've made friends, and then I've met her friends and she's met my friends. So just like you meet people and you just start to feel less lonely. So get involved with clubs. Study groups with your classes is a great way, because if you feel like you're dying in some of your classes, you have other people that also feel like they're dying in their classes, so it's like, you know, you're all in this together, so it's nice to make that community feeling. So yeah, if you do feel alone, like don't let, just, it's easy to get like lost in your head and just be like, oh, like I'm just one of 30,000 or something and it's so hard to make friends or whatever, but just do your best to just try to meet new people and just don't be scared. Like I was really anxious, I don't know why. I didn't think I was going to be really nervous, but I was, and so that's why I personally did the University of Michigan's Move-In Makers program. That way I wouldn't be able to get settled in before being surrounded by a bunch of people, and then as I helped meet people move in, some of the people I helped move in were on my floor, so I met them before they met anyone else, so I was able to like be the first face that they saw at the university, and sort of just so, you know, once everyone does it crowded, they like recognize you, they're like, oh, you're the one who helped me move in, and then you just start talking, so you already like make connections with people. So I know the University of Michigan has this program, or this center called CAPS, which is like a counseling service. So if you do feel really lonely and you feel like you need to talk to someone, there are resources for you to help. So that's on the 3rd floor of the Union, and I've heard that it's a really beneficial resource. So yeah, I haven't used any of the resources yet really. I haven't even had any exams yet, and I have my first exam this Wednesday and my first essay due this Tuesday, so I'll be finding out soon if the steps I've been taking to succeed in college are actually working, or are starting to work, or heading in the right direction. So maybe all my advice is wrong, because maybe I'm gonna fail on my test and I'll be like, oh, okay, well, gotta change things up a little bit. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how that goes. My test is a biochemistry test. So like I'm talking about using your resources, I'm in the nursing school at the University of Michigan, and the biochemistry class offers a study group, and I joined the study group because I was like, okay, this class is difficult for me, so I'm gonna get help, because when you have resources you might as well use them. So I joined the study group, and the study group has tremendously helped me, and I feel like I'm ready for the test now, and it's nice because you get to bounce ideas off of other people. So if you have the opportunity to be part of a study group, I highly recommend it. It's just a whole bunch of greatness for your grade, I think. So yeah, this video is probably really long, so I'm going to end it now. If you have any specific questions or questions in general about college or the University of Michigan specifically that I haven't addressed yet, comment below, and like I said, if I get enough, I will make a Q&A video about college and the University of Michigan. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe for future videos addressing college and other random things, because sometimes I make videos with my sister. If you look at my previous videos, there's some random stuff in there. Subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great October, because October's starting now, soon, and if you're applying for college and you're applying to the University of Michigan, I wish you the best of luck, because I know it's a really nervous, stressful time. So if you guys want me to make a video about applying to the University of Michigan or colleges in general, just let me know. Basically whatever you guys want in regards to like college, university, or video making, I would like to help you guys and provide. So just let me know, and yeah. So I guess this is it, guys. So bye.